Boys Nation, buckle up, because this one's big. After a wild trade deadline that saw Jerry Jones and the Cowboys go all in, making two massive defensive additions, it looks like the front office might not be done just yet. Dallas shocked the league when they landed linebacker Logan Wilson from the Bengals and defensive tackle Quinnen Williams from the Jets. Two impact defenders that completely changed the shape of this defense. It was a clear message from Jerry Jones to every critic out there: we're not giving up on this season. And even though the trade deadline has officially passed, Dallas could still make another move, one that doesn't require giving up a single draft pick, because free agency is still open, and there are some serious names available. One name in particular is turning heads all across the league: Isaiah Simmons. And according to Bleacher Report's Christopher Knox, the Dallas Cowboys are the best possible fit for him. Now, let's break this down. Simmons is one of the most intriguing players to hit free agency in a while. He's 27 years old, a former first-round pick, and one of the best raw athletes at the linebacker position in the entire NFL. You want speed? He's got it. You want versatility? He's got it. You want a guy who can rush the passer, drop into coverage, or chase down ball carriers sideline to sideline? That's exactly what Isaiah Simmons does. Christopher Knox wrote, while any team adding the 27-year-old would need a specific plan for him, he remains a top-tier athlete and an intriguing prospect. He recorded 105 tackles as a linebacker for the Cardinals in 2021 and allowed an opposing passer rating of just 81.9 as a hybrid with the Giants in 2022. And if that doesn't scream Dallas Cowboys, I don't know what does. Because let's be real, the Cowboys need help at the second level. Yes, Logan Wilson is a huge addition. Yes, Quinnen Williams is a monster up front. But we've seen time and time again that the Cowboys have struggled against the run. The linebacker core, once the heart of this defense, has been inconsistent. And since Micah Parsons was traded, there's been a major hole in the Cowboys' defensive identity. Adding Isaiah Simmons would bring a new dimension, that freakish athleticism, that sideline-to-sideline range, and the ability to match up against tight ends or running backs in coverage. In Brian Schottenheimer's system, with Matt Eberflus calling the defensive plays, Simmons could be moved all over the field. He could line up next to Wilson, drop back as a hybrid safety, or even come off the edge on blitz packages. That kind of flexibility could completely change how opposing offenses prepare for Dallas. And let's not forget, this would be a low-risk, high-reward signing. The Cowboys wouldn't have to break the bank. Simmons hasn't played a snap this season, which means he's fresh, healthy, and hungry to prove himself. He's still young, still explosive, and still looking for the right team to unlock his full potential. And think about this. This is the kind of move that championship teams make. They don't just sit back after the trade deadline and say we did enough. No, they stay aggressive. They find ways to keep improving. They stay hungry. That's what Philadelphia did last year. That's what San Francisco does every season. And now it looks like Jerry Jones might finally be thinking that way too. If you've been watching Dallas closely this season, you know the defense has shown flashes of dominance, but not consistency. There have been moments where this team looks elite and moments where it looks completely lost. A player like Simmons could stabilize that. And when you pair him with the players Dallas already brought in, with Logan Wilson, Quinnen Williams, Trevon Diggs expected to return next season, and Deron Bland stepping up in the secondary, this defense starts to look dangerous again. The Cowboys are 3-5-1. That's not ideal, but let's be honest, this record doesn't tell the whole story. They've lost close games, they've had injuries, they've had issues with communication and leadership. But now the foundation for a turnaround is right there. And a signing like Isaiah Simmons could be the spark that lights that fire. Simmons fits exactly what this team needs right now: speed, coverage, and versatility. He's not a traditional linebacker, but that's what makes him special. The Cowboys have always been at their best when they have defenders who can do it all. Think of Jalen Smith in his prime. Think of Micah Parsons when he first broke out. Simmons is cut from that same cloth. If Dallas can get him at the right price, it's a no-brainer. And here's the thing. The The Cowboys have a way of finding value in guys that other teams overlook. Look at how Brandon Aubrey came out of nowhere to become one of the best kickers in football. Look at how Deron Bland stepped into a starting role and turned into one of the league's best young corners. Isaiah Simmons could be the next great redemption story in Dallas, a player who finds his true potential under the lights of AT&T Stadium. And let's not forget the leadership factor. Simmons might not be a vocal locker room guy, but his work ethic and professionalism have always been praised. He's the type of player that makes the guys around him better. And in a locker room that's trying to rebuild its identity post-Parsons, that's priceless. So here we are, another moment of decision for Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys. Do they sit back and let the season slip away? Or do they take one more swing to keep their playoff hopes alive? Because one thing's for sure, this team still has a shot. The NFC is wide open. And if Dallas can tighten up on defense, if they can close those gaps and stop, Isaiah Simmons might just be the final piece to make that happen. It's not about hype, it's about fit. And right now, he fits everything the Cowboys need: speed, coverage, and versatility. He's not a traditional linebacker, but that's what makes him special. So Cowboys Nation, what do you think? Should Dallas take a chance on Isaiah Simmons? Is this the move that could push the defense back into elite form and save the season? Drop your thoughts below in the comments. Hit that like button if you believe this team can still make a run, and subscribe to Dallas Game Day for every update, every rumor, and every inside breakdown on your Dallas Cowboys. Because the season's not over yet, and if there's one thing we know about this team, when everyone counts them out, that's when they fight the hardest. The Dallas Cowboys are still alive, and another big move could be just around the corner.